I have 3 things I want to cover tonight: manifestation, meditation, and masturbation. They all kind of go together. So, but it's a lot. And I'm gonna try to like do some baby steps on all 3 so we can get to the meat of the issue. Pun intended. So I want to start. We'll start with some introductions. We'll let the rest of the people who are coming a little late just kind of come in as they come in, and then we'll lock the doors because once we get started, we're started. So in about 10 minutes, we'll get the doors locked. I would like for you to a couple things. We have a lot to get out. There's a lot to do. So if you notice on your mat, you have some things already there. Did we run out of mirrors? Do you have a mirror? You came in late. Okay, yes. I want to just, my goal is that all the vulva folk have mirrors. You penis folk don't need to have mirrors because you see your penises all the time. It's a lot easier for you. She needs one back here. She needs one back here. Yeah, staff sees their vulvas all the time too. Okay. So we got a lot to do. So there's a cup on your mat, and in that cup you have a couple of choices of what you're going to put in it. I'm just going to get through the basics first. Then we can do the lecture and the meditation and the introductions and all that. But in your cup you can choose. Now I have a lube for everyone tonight. If you know that you have an ultra sensitive vulva, we have some ultra sensitive lubes. Now I use all of these, and mine is pretty sensitive. I don't like a lot of people. I've learned. These are though. So these 2. This is made with seaweed. This is a natural. What you call it? An Uber lube. It's pretty natural, but it's still silicone based. I have a natural feel lube from ID. This one I use a lot. That's why I have so many bottles of it. And then I have a couple of things that, according to the penis people that I know, work really well for penises as well. So what I have is, I don't know what BD stands for. Oh, Bad Dragon. That's not what I thought. Okay. This is water-based lube that's here. I have some pink water and pink unity. These are specially formulated for vulvas as well. If you bought your own lube, you don't even have to deal with this, right? You know what you like. I got some gun oil. Sounds really, really violent. But apparently it's really good. They just named it in a very toxically masculine way. I'm not sure what was happening at that staff meeting. Yeah, there's not a lot of women at those tables. There's a specialty. Oh wait, this is for my toys. Y'all don't know what that was. There's more natural pink. There's some. This is like if all you use is what they give you at the gynecologist's office. That's what this is. Some good old fashioned Vaseline. It says lubricating jelly. I have a feeling that you gave me this, but I could be wrong. It says lubricating jelly, sterile. Everything in my house that's sterile came from you.
No, it does not.
Yes, it did, because of your ex-husband.
Oh.
Yeah. This is from like the medical. This is medical lube. Greaseless, unscented. So, yes. Prescription based. I wouldn't put this on my vagina. This has sodium hydroxide in it. That's a perm. We're not going to do this. Okay. No lie on the cooch. And then there are choices. That's what I want. What I'm trying to say is that there are choices. Does anyone bring their own lube tonight? I especially like the fact you can have it. That you're manifesting. You're masturbating for mom. I think we have such weird hang-ups around touching ourselves and around sex that we're like, mom can't be part of this. But the sexual energy is your most powerful and most easily accessible energy. So sometimes mom is going to be a part of that.
I'm going to tell her. She might be embarrassed.
It's okay. My
I'm
mom's at my house, and she's like, well, what are you teaching tonight? And I'm like, it's a masturbation class, Mom. You don't want to go. I usually invite her, but I'm like, not tonight, Mom. I'm going to play with myself in front of my strangers. But it's important to realize that, like, you know, you can work on things. Mom could be there. The funny part about it is we put all this weird shit up around it, and you wouldn't be here if your mom wasn't having somebody play with her pussy. Just how that works. So we're going to start with a little stillness and grounding first. I'm going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to go right into some touch, where we are touching ourselves. I'm going to dim the lights a little bit more when we get to that point for a couple reasons. But one, I want you to be really comfortable. And usually, so I teach this a few times a year, and usually when I teach it, it's women only. Once a year, I have a integrated class. So congratulations, and thank you for coming. The reason why I do that, though, is because masturbation for men looks a lot different than it looks like for women. A lot of times, how old were you when you first touched yourself? Just go ahead and throw out a number.
5.
So that's a big, whoa, that was a lot of variation.
37.
30.
5.
5.
I don't remember. 8. 7.
We probably were all 1. I'm just going to tell you, the way that your dick and pussy feels now is the same way it felt when you were 1. And we discovered it. It's okay. Now that's here for a reason. At any moment, come on up and grab some. We discovered it and we played with it, and there's something happened. Your mama said one of two things. She said, "Stop it."
Or you gonna go blind.
That's one thing. And the other one was, don't do that in public, go in your room. And most times, why don't you just take it with you and pass it around? I think everybody should probably clean their hands. Most times, the girls got the message just to stop that. Whereas the boys got the message, don't do that in front of anybody, because it's already assumed you're going to play with your dick. So what that means is, and that's not a bad thing, congratulations, you won the lottery in masturbation. You won the masturbation lottery. What that means is that men got used to being okay, knowing they can go in their room and touch it. And then even if your mom didn't say that, if she told you you were going to go blind because she went to church and you had all this other stuff, eventually you had enough time with your friends to realize that everybody was touching themselves, and so you did. And most times, for most women, that wasn't what the experience was. Most women had a different experience. And so usually I lead this practice. It's time to go. Mm-hmm. Usually I lead this practice for women because we need a space where we can be okay touching ourselves, where we can be okay experiencing pleasure. But once a year I like to mix shit up. Because I don't think it should be that weird and uncommon. I don't think that it should be so strange that you can't touch yourself in front of someone else. In fact, I encourage you, husbands and wives, to touch yourselves in front of each other. Because it teaches you a few things. It teaches you a lot of things. But one thing I always say, and I said it earlier, it's hard for me personally, and I'm not trying to put this on any of you, but it's hard for me to trust someone sexually that doesn't fuck themselves. I don't know if you can be honest with me about what's going to feel good for you. And I know that before I started masturbating, I wasn't honest with myself about what felt good because I didn't fucking know. I only knew pleasure in the context of what someone else could give me. I had never really explored what pleasure might look like without anyone else. Just what pleasure looks like. Because it doesn't require anyone else to feel good. But I had placed all the responsibility of my feeling good into the lap of other people. And it didn't always work out. I had a lot of unfulfilled sexual encounters. I had a lot of, well, not that many, but I did have plenty sexual encounters that really were bad. So bad that I started stopping sexual encounters mid-encounter without any remorse or guilt. And that taught me another level of freedom. So I'm grateful for that. Because I'm quick to cut it off. So it's easier for me. And it's something that I teach, because I think that no matter what, if you're having sex with the person that you've been having sex with for the last 7 years, 12, 25, and you get to a point where in that moment you realize you're not present, doesn't feel good, that you feel okay and safe enough to say, I don't want to continue this anymore. Masturbation teaches you that. It gives you the right to speak up for yourself, to express yourself, because you know what feels good. And what tends to happen is that we tend to concoct a story in our own minds that oftentimes has nothing to do with our partners, but it's what we've told ourselves our partners are. We've made them into demons and bullies. That's not who they are, I hope, for the most part, that you're not with a demon or a bully. But we've told ourselves that that's who they are. And so repeatedly we end up in relationships where we feel like we can't say what it is that we need and want in that moment without thinking about why we can't say it. We can't say it because we think they'll leave. We can't say it because we're scared that they won't like what we say. But we should trust them. We're sharing our most intimate moments and our most intimate time and space with them. We're sharing our body. We're being in a vulnerable space with them. We're offering ourselves up in a way that is crazy when you think about it. You know the number one way that black women are murdered or are killed is by their partner, by their romantic partner. So the fact that we're still even trying is amazing. So you're in this vulnerable space with someone that you should be able to trust with anything, but then you don't feel comfortable saying what it is that you really want. Oftentimes because you don't feel comfortable discovering what it is that you really want. So tonight we're going to change some things. Okay?
Yes.
And I want to talk a little bit about manifestation, but first I want to ask this eyelash if you could manifest you out my eye. Where are you? Just hacking. Because I had a sex magic class we just wrapped up a couple weeks ago. And in the sex magic class we were talking about a lot of things, but mostly we were talking about how we're going to manifest, what we're going to manifest. And that's why I wanted to hear what you wanted to manifest today. And I'm actually really pleased in that so many of you want to manifest something that can't fit in your little purse. It's not a tangible thing. I mean, I'm here for the $1 million. But, right, But there's so much of us that want something very physical. And a lot of what I want us to kind of contemplate is why we're doing so much for that thing that we say we want. Manifestation is easy money. It is. I didn't even know it was easy money. I was doing it before I knew it was easy money. I was going to Vegas 3 times a year, cleaning up. But I was setting intention. I would say, I didn't know I was setting an intention. I didn't at first. I would say before I left, listen, we ain't got no money to lose. So what we're not going to do is go to Vegas and lose any money. We're only going to win. When you're not winning, you leave. And I would set this intention. And I would go to Vegas and I would clean up. And I was having a good time in Vegas. For years this went on. That's what manifestation looks like. It's easy money. When you need it. I ain't had no money to lose. I needed that money. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we don't think about what it is that we really need. We're manifesting. We don't know why we're trying to get it. We're not really thinking it through. We want it, but we don't know if we truly desire it, if it's something that we really need to have in our lives. And so I want you to think about that tonight and think about what you said you were manifesting, or what the many long list of things that maybe came up that you didn't even want to say out loud. I want you to think about how does it serve you, whatever it is that you're manifesting, and if you can let it go, how will it serve you to release it, whatever that thing is? Because sometimes those things are taking up so much space and time and energy that they're blocking something else that you're supposed to have. And I don't want you to spend all this powerful time and energy on working towards something that ain't really yours. It's not for you. Maybe it is. I'm not saying it's not. It's a contemplation thing. This is on you, between you and your mind.